What's up, everybody?
What up? Episode 2
Episode 2 of the reboot.
of the reboot. Gotta get this mic
boot.
a little bit out of my face.
Yeah. How was Christmas, bud?
Well, my Christmas was good, but just to bring our listeners in, I'm coming in off a 5 a.m. 4-hour Boston drive. So that's, and Joe, we're a little tired this morning.
We're a little tired.
So if we stumble on our words, it's because of that.
I feel like I don't have words. You know what I
We're
mean?
gonna
I'm
create
feeling
them.
slow.
I am feeling slow.
But,
my
you know.
holiday was great, though. And I was going to say that prior to the actual holiday, like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I had a great time. But prior to the holiday, I think this was the most disgruntled I've ever been of any holiday season I've ever had in my whole life.
Dude.
I was a little Grinch, little bitch boy this whole December.
First thing I wrote down, the path to becoming a bitter old man feels more and more pronounced by the day.
I know.
I am unhappy about everything.
What the hell is
it's
that?
the Christmas season, and I was just like, how dare they
I
smile?
I know. It started way back when the day after fucking Halloween in New York City, like Christmas decorations started going up. And I'm like, how dare they? And then you see all these articles of people being like, Christmas started early this year because we got to milk it for its happiness. It's like, no, you're starting it early, which is making me angry, which is adding to my fumes. It's like, don't milk it for 2 months. It's like, give me 2 solid weeks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, give me 2 solid weeks where I'm like actually into listening to Christmas music. It's like, dude, if you start Christmas music on November 1, by November 12th, I'm ready to shoot Michael Bublé.
100%, dude.
You know?
Frank Sinatra could get lined up in there, too. I'm done with all of them by that point. Like yesterday, or what was Christmas? Yesterday? Christmas Eve? My mom, dude, on Christmas Eve, my mom comes into like the dining area, and I think it was Michael Bublé, that Christmas song, that, you know, the one, was
All of
playing.
them.
And yeah, all
He's
of them.
made his living
And
off
my
that.
mom just goes, if I hear another Christmas song, I'm going postal. And it's Christmas.
Dude,
like,
me and
that's not how
Emily
you feel on Christmas.
threw out our Christmas tree on like December. Like we had Christmas.
That's crazy.
I know, it was really. We were like, dude, it was like December. Like we did our Christmas on Wednesday this week, and then Wednesday, and then
I'm trying to be nicer.
on like Thursday, like Emily's kind of like, she's at, you know, holiday season, it's like a lot going on, she's like doing a lot, like work is whatever, and we were both just like sitting in the living room, and she just goes, should we throw out the fucking Christmas tree right now? And I was like, really? And she's like, I like, we've been in a decluttering mode of the apartment, like decluttering. She's like, we decluttered this whole apartment, now I'm just looking at the tree, we already did our presents, let's just get rid of this fucking thing. So we got rid of all the Christmas decorations on December 23rd.
Dude, you guys, ever since like COVID, when like you needed to cut clean breaks with like the outside world, the inside world, you guys like make like decisions. You're like, all right, clear it out. Like clear it out. Like I need new space.
Sometimes
like,
you just got to change the juju.
listen. I'm with you. Like this is running its course. It looks beautiful, this tree.
It did give me. It's not that it didn't give me joy.
Yeah.
You know, it did give me joy. Like turning the Christmas tree lights on is just a nice vibe. But something about this year, it's like, you know, when you're a kid, it's just like all the shit. You know, it's like all the best. It's everything is just happy and it's like
you're
awesome.
getting shit.
But then you start seeing tweets when you're older, and it's like, remember that the holiday season is like stress, and everyone's like, you know, the holiday season can be stressful, and I'm like, yeah, it is. But then I'm like, when did I start identifying with that?
Right.
You know,
right.
When did I become the holiday season is a stressful times guy?
Right.
I
like
mean,
instead of being like happy about buying somebody a gift, it's like now I'm like panicking.
I'm like, I gotta get a fucking gift today.
But like that is the only, once you feel that, that's kind of the only emotion you get when you're buying people gifts. Like this Christmas in particular, I feel like I was the most stressed getting gifts, and I bought probably the least amount of gifts I had to. Like I didn't. My parents confronted the group, and they were like, "We don't want a gift. Do not get us a gift. Give to charity or something. We're good." And that was like,
really?
Should have. Oh yeah. And I was like, that's beautiful. That's a weight off the shoulders. No, it got me like more stressed. Now I'm like, oh, like Jack's parents, my girlfriend's parents didn't even end up getting them anything. Like Jack took care of that. But I'm like feeling all there's more people, but I bought less gifts. Like I was just, every ounce of stress like hit me right in the chest.
It was real.
It was real.
Did you see the videos of this is my last Christmas thing? Did you see the videos of the Grinch? Like the parents bringing the Grinch in the basement and like having him steal Christmas?
Yeah, the kids.
And the kids, like there was one, it's like there's one where they're like filming it and it's like the Grinch runs in the house and like takes the fucking tree and steals the presents, and the kid's like fighting him off and shit.
Yeah.
And then there was
screaming at the top of his lungs, like,
he's like,
"Ah!"
no. And then there's one I saw yesterday. It was like all these parents, like Santa came down, and everyone's like,
I just saw this one.
yeah. And then the Grinch comes in and like the Grinch and Santa Claus like fist fight, and the kids are like running from it like a fucking A-bomb, and they're like hiding under the tables and shit. Dude. And I'm like, who's this for?
Yeah, but I think it's for everybody.
You into that?
What? I wasn't into strictly the Grinch coming in and stealing the Christmas
What are
tree.
you traumatizing your children for?
It seems so mean. I was like, these
so
kids,
unnecessary.
These kids think they're under attack. Like it's a full blown attack.
It's like they actually
like
think
holy fuck the Grinch.
Yeah.
Like, but with Santa there, it was like good versus evil. Like they're battling. Like I assume Santa won the battle.
Right.
You'd have to assume, right?
Right,
Otherwise,
right.
bad parents, right?
Right.
Like, I assume Santa wins the battle. And I think that's a cool, entertaining thing. Did you ever get a? Did your parents ever get a Santa to come?
Yeah, my dad was Santa one time.
Well, that's obvious. You knew. I mean, you're gonna recognize Pops. No,
we didn't. We were children.
Really?
And he didn't even. He had the worst. It was a hat that had just like a beard that was attached to it, and it was like a flat blanket. Like it wasn't even like scruffy. It was like the worst.
It was like felt.
Yeah, it was just like a felt, and you could like see it. Like in the picture, you're like, clearly that's my father. But in the picture, I'm like,
yeah, and your dumbass is like Santa.
Yeah.
Dude, my parents, I guess they did it a couple times, but I don't really remember it, to be honest. Like I remember one time, like Santa came in and gave me some shit, but like 1 year apparently they were telling me this year, Santa showed up. I'm gonna just tell it the way my uncle told it because it was at his house and he was like, "Yeah, Santa shows up," and he was supposed to read like a nice Christmas story to you kids and like give out gifts. Shows up. Blackout, shit faced, walks in the door, stumbling like, "Hey, Santa's here." Comes in, he's reading the book. He like can't even get the words out. He's like, "So once upon a time,
they hired. It was an actual Santa.
It was an actual guy they hired to like show up because like they did it once before, and it was my uncle, and like we kind of like got onto it. Like
right.
Uncle Bob left, and now Santa's here, and then Uncle Bob comes back. Like didn't make any sense. So they hired a dude, and he was blacked out, and then he goes, and on top of the fact that he was shit, I don't even know if I can say this. On top of the black that he was shit faced, he had the Jewiest voice in the. In the world, all you hear is drunk Jewy whining from this Santa as he walks in. I had to take him out front and like lay into him. I was like, "Are you fucking?" My uncle like yelled at drunk Jewish Santa.
The only Santa I remember. The only time like I really interacted, like my conscious awareness of interacting with Santa was at the mall, and I was like sitting on Santa's lap, and I was just like, this is a mall Santa, and I'm too old for this.
Wait, how old were you?
I was like 9. I was like, yeah, it's not. It was like my mom's trying to like milk it for one more year, and like I know Santa's not real, but like I'm trying to play along for my mom, and then I'm like sitting on this like smelly man's lap, and I'm just like too far.
Yeah, that's about 2 years past the age. I feel like. Yeah, I feel like
dude,
second grade. I was like,
no, for
you
me
guys
it was
know that Santa wasn't fucking real. Like I would come into everybody would come into school.
Oh, you're
like,
a fucking
you know?
scumbag.
Well, no, it was like kind of like everybody was. The stir was happening.
Yeah.
You know? Everybody was kind of like.
I think it was the stir in second grade, and I was like, no, he's real. And then in third grade, I was still holding on like a little bitch.
Yeah, there was always that kid who was like, no, he's real. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and then everybody was just like, well, he might be, but like he's probably not.
Right.
Like nobody wanted to commit.
Yeah. When I was in third grade, this was the final battle for me that I was like, all right, if Santa's real, I'm going to make him sign a contract when he comes here tonight that Santa is real. And I would like wrote out a contract. It's like, sign below if you are real. And then my mom signed it. So,
well, I mean, that's
now I'm in therapy.
Business guy Dylan was back early. Oh my God.
But yeah, holidays overall, good time.
Overall, a good time.
Last 2 days were fun.
I mean, I know the answer to this question, but you're a bad gift giver, right?
This year I was pretty good.
But
that's
overall,
why did you assume that?
Because we don't get each other gifts, and I feel like
when I do get you gifts, I usually do well.
Yeah, you do pretty good.
Yeah,
you do okay.
I got you that How I Met Your Mother shirt.
That was great, but I think Emily picked that.
I was just about to say.
Emily always picks out the good shit. She got me the Friends cup, great gift.
Yeah.
I
got Emily
the bunny guinea pig shirt. I think Emily got that one too.
Yeah. Emily's a really good gift.
Exactly. So you milk it.
By
you
proxy.
Bounce. Yeah.
What's mine is hers, dude. What's hers is mine. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Fine.
Yeah. I did get some good gifts this year. Classically, though, I'm known in my family for getting like the most last minute gifts, as in like on Christmas Eve, we go to my aunt's house, and I'll drop off my parents on Christmas Eve, drive to the local CVS, pick up a pack of like blank Christmas 5-pack cards and like $30 Starbucks gift cards, like in
what do you mean
in
Christmas 5-pack cards?
You know, like there's, you know, if you when you go in the card section, you buy like an individual of like all the different types of
They
cards.
sell groups?
And they sell like group blank ones where it's just like, you know, a picture of like a Christmas scene, and then it's blank in it, and they sell them in 5-packs. It's a good deal for our listeners.
No, great. I needed that.
And then I'll like show up and I'll buy like 5 $30 Starbucks things, and then drive to my aunt's house, and then everybody's like, you know, starting the 7 fishes and like eating fish soup and like eating shrimp cocktails, and I'm like sitting on the couch like filling on everyone's cards that's what I'm known for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling.
You could say I'm not a good gift giver.
Yeah, that's exactly what
I give it though.
You give it.
I give it.
You're good at the giving part. You're not good at the gift part.
No.
That's fine. You're halfway there.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought I was done with my Christmas shopping, and I showed up to my house. And my mom was like, "Oh yeah, Frankie just got your Uncle Ronnie a gift." And I was like, "He bought Uncle Ronnie a gift?" Like, you know what I mean? You kind of like, I don't get everybody in the family a gift.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get my grandma a gift. I'll get like, and whatever. And like my immediate family, he's like, "Yeah, it's his godfather. Of course he got him something." And I was just like, "Oh fuck, I gotta go get my godfather a gift." So I go to the store. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to just, fuck it. I'm here now. I'm going to get him something sick. So I get him these dope shoes, like sick Nike sneakers. He gave me, like, we all open everything together. Usually he'll get me something individual because I'm his godson. He got me, not only did he get me like the same thing as everybody else that he got, but the thing that he got everybody else was the wallet that I already own. So I like opened it up and I was like, oh, what's this extra thing from Uncle Bob? And I'm like, fucking, I was like, I just spent like $150 on these sneakers. I'm pissed. I was already pissed that I was like rushing to fucking Nike outlet. It's like, I played myself.
Congratulations.
Uncle Bob bought it that morning. He was like, fucking give it to that kid. Fuck him.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But it overall was, Christmas is the fucking shit. Anyway.
The one thing about Christmas, the holidays and shit, leading up to it, I don't know about you, but like getting like work and all that was, I feel like this was the first year I was like super stressed the week or two before for like non-Christmas things, just because of like everybody was like, you know, the energy's all like, everybody's like, can't wait to get done with the holiday season. So
right.
everything's like packed in. I was driving home from work on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and my front tire exploded on the highway, like blew out my tire. And I'm like, and I'm on the phone. First of all, oh no, it was Monday because I'm on the phone with my therapist because I have a therapy session on Monday. It's a nice little drive home, right? So I'm 5 minutes, 10 minutes
you
into
drive and talk to your therapist?
Yeah, because it's 2 birds, 1 stone. I have an hour drive.
But you also get vicious road rage, so.
That's the therapy.
Does it come through?
The road rage?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Or while you're talking to your therapist, are you able to like control yourself?
So
Joe has some of the worst road rage in the game.
It's gotten better. I'll say that. No, it has gotten better. I don't like, I control, like I feel it. I just don't like act on it a lot. But it is funny. Like I'll be like, you know, somebody will cut me off and I just want to scream like fuck. But I'm on the phone with my therapist and like I gotta at least act like I'm improving my mental health. So like somebody will cut me off and instead of being like, like I'll just be like, oh, that person almost got me injured. Like I'll just say what happened very calmly. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I'm like, I toned it down, but I want to fucking scream. But I am better.
Nice.
It's not much of an issue. But I'm on the phone. I'm better. It's fine. But I was on the phone with him. My tire explodes.
While on the phone with
him, and I go, and this is one of those moments. Like usually I'd be like, fucking shit, my tire. Yeah. But I hit it and I go, oh, I think I just blew out my tire. Like I'm being calm and I'm like, and then I see the light go on. I'm like, fuck, Dr. John. Like my tire's fucked. And I pull over on the side of the road. And I'm just like, well, where were we? And he goes, do you need to call somebody? I was like, I guess. But I was like, I'm going to be here for a minute. He goes, please call AAA. So I'm like, okay. So I don't think I have a spare because I just got this new car. It's super small. So I call my mom and I'm like, hey, do you know if like I have, like, I don't know what AAA is. Like, I don't get that concept of AAA. Like, you call them or do you push a button? Like, I don't understand. So I was like, what is AAA? I blew out my tire. Like, how do I? She's like, oh, there should be a button. What?
Such a millennial.
Totally. Like
Yeah.
but I could I know how to change a tire. I just didn't know. I don't know the thing. So I'm like, oh, I call whatever. She tells me what to do. I call AAA. They're like, you're on a certain highway. We can't come to get you. You have to call this other guy. So I call the other guy. He goes, "Oh yeah, how you doing? Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the Robert Moses Causeway." He goes,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh wow, that's a rough spot. It'll be $125 to put it on the bed. It's gonna be $850 per mile to get you where you got to go." I'm like, $850 a mile? It's like, what do you mean it's gonna be $850 a mile? It's not free? Like, what do you mean? Like, my car blew up. I got to pay you to come pick my shit up? I don't understand. He's like, yeah, well, no service vehicles are allowed there. So, like, we have a contract. You pay us. I was like, that's stupid. He goes, or it's $350 for us to change the tire if you got flat. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, $350? This is insane. So I'm like, all right, come. But I'm going to go check if I have a flat spare. So I go, I find the spare. I call them. I call it off. Now it's like that first day where it was like 7 degrees outside. I'm freezing cold. I'm changing this fucking tire in the mud, like I'm on my knees in the mud, and headlights pull up, and I'm like, this fucking guy showed up. Like, I'm gonna have to pay this guy now. Like, I'm so pissed. So I'm like looking up. I'm like waving at the guy. I'm like, oh, come out. Like, I can't see. And my mom's head pops out. I'm like, where the fuck? How the fuck did you know where I was? Like, I didn't tell her where I was. I just told her, like,
Mom's
blue.
instinct, bro.
She like must have went on like find my phone. She's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm like, oh my god. So she's taking pictures. She's having like a little fun photo shoot with me as I'm changing my tire in the fucking mud. She's like, whatever. She's telling me stories and shit. It was fun, but it got me thinking. Your mom, like my mom, for example. I know for an absolute fact, anytime I need my mom, she would show up. Wouldn't, like, easily. Like, it
For sure.
Instinct. If you, like, I think if I murdered somebody in cold blood, like not like manslaughter, like say I got in an accident, somebody died, like that's, that happens, that's terrible. But like if I like snapped one day and like just choked somebody to death on like in the middle of the street, and needed to do something with the body, my mom would bury that body, ask no questions, never bring it up ever again. A day in my life. Would be the easiest. I'd be like, Ma. She'd be like, be there in 5. No question. Who in your life would bury that body with you and not ask a single question?
You bring up a murder question because I also have a murder question.
Really?
But we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
I guess this is the murder app.
This is the murder Christmas.
My mom would bury the body. I think she's buried a few in her life.
Yeah.
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 That woman has secrets. So I would call my mom. I would definitely not call my sister.
But
I can tell you who I wouldn't. I wouldn't call my sister.
Wait, but
she
back
wouldn't
to
be
your
able to
mom.
handle that.
Back to your mom.
My mom would actually be like, I actually could show you where I put my bodies.
I think your mom would lecture you the whole time she was burying that body.
No, we would be.
She'd be like, I can't believe it. Classic Dylan killing people. Like,
No, she would be. We would be in silence.
Yeah, silence.
We would do
just
the
like-
job in silence.
and then just shake hands.
Yeah, your mom
part
would be
ways.
taking selfies.
She might. Yeah, that's the one
to
thing
throw
I'd have
the
to look.
scent off though, because it's like she would
Yeah.
be creating the alibi while it was happening.
Right, she'd be out
She'd be
and
like, "What are you
about,
talking
I'd be
about?
back."
We were fucking taking
Right.
selfies. Look
Right.
how happy we are. How could we have just murdered someone? But we would have.
She'd be 10 steps ahead of us.
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
FBI.
Exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
I wouldn't call my dad.
Your dad just would be like, I'm not fucking coming. Where are you? That's
he
too
would-
far.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's too much of a good guy. You
Yeah,
know? He's a good guy.
He's too. I don't know if he could hold that secret though either. I think
Oh
he'd
no,
crack.
that man has secrets too.
You think so?
Yeah, he holds on to everything. He's Irish.
You think he's got room for more though?
Yeah, he puts it in his belly. It's infinite space.
That's why
in there.
it's so hard.
Yeah, that's why it's so hard and round. That's where he keeps all
Dylan's
his
dad has like this
the most
belly.
beautiful beer belly in America.
It's rock hard,
Yeah.
like stone.
Yeah.
I wrote down I would love to say that like Jack, my girlfriend, would do that for me, and she would do it like emotionally. She would be there to bury the body, but like I don't think she'd be able to perform under pressure. Like she's so frazzled.
I would
like,
keep Emily a full state away from that
yeah, I don't
problem.
want I don't want her to know. I don't
No.
want to put her through. Like I don't think she could handle it. She might not survive the stress. Like her
Right.
heart would just stop.
Okay, so can I bring
Yeah.
up mine? So we have a mouse in the apartment.
You got a mouse in the house?
We have a mouse in the house. So there was like droppings and shit. And we were like, what's fucking happening? And then like one day we had we had some like granola bars out and shit, and they like got into it, and we were like, what the fuck? So we called the exterminator, and this guy said, like, I set up traps myself, like it didn't do shit. So we called the exterminator, and he sets up like traps everywhere. Like in the corner by the radiator, he had 2 sticky traps in like a fucking little house where they go in and eat the poison. Then under the fridge, he had
they're
sticky
the poison traps. They're not like the. They're not like the.
You go
snatch
into the
'em
house. You go. We had everything.
Yeah.
We went to
the little black box.
The little black box. They go in, they eat, and then they go back down, and then they die inside.
Yeah.
And then the fridge, we had some sticky traps. We had some snap traps on the kitchen like we're fucking strapped up, dude.
Shit.
We're fucking strapped up. So I'm sitting on my couch like the other night, like this week, and I hear like rustling, and it was like 12, it was like midnight, and I was like, fuck, like it's happening right now. And I look over, and there was a mouse stuck on the sticky trap, and I was like,
brutal.
and it was like trying to escape, and I was like, I gotta like kill this thing now, because like if it gets off, then it's, so yeah, dude, murder. I told you, murder rep. So I take a sticky thing, okay, and so it was on the sticky pad, and it's like behind the thing, and I grab, trigger warning, I grab the other sticky pad, and I was like, I'm gonna put it on top of it, and I put it on top of it and pushed, and it went the thing, and I literally jumped.
Wait, you tried to squish it to death?
I killed it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you squeezed
I just gave it a love tap, honestly. It wasn't even that much. I was like, I gotta give it I'm trying to put it out of its misery. I was being nice. Being nice.
But
dude, the sticky traps, it was like shaking there. I was like, I'm gonna take it out. I took it out. I did my job. I take it out, right? It screams at the top of his lungs. And I jumped back 1,000,000 feet. I was like, fuck. So then I pick it up, dude. I'm like, I put it in a trash bag, and I run it outside. I went to the corner. It was 12:30. I was in fucking shorts, I wasn't in this outfit, but it was the equivalent of like high white tube socks, sandals, like underwear, like a robe and a wife beater, like this, like smoking cigs and shit. And like I fucking walked it out, threw it in the trash, came back up. So there's more to this story, but since we were talking about murder, I'll raise this question. Do you think it would be easier to kill a human? They're intruders, right? Like the mice are intruding my apartment.
Right.
I'm down to kill. Do you think it would be... It sucked to kill a mouse. It sucked. Do you think it would be easier to kill a mouse intruder or a human intruder? I feel like a human intruder, like that scream is like haunting me still, and I hope it is you too. And I think it might be easier, like if a person came in and you just had to go rage mode and just like fuck a human up. Yeah. I feel like it'd be easier to live with that.
100. This is the
maybe not.
Here's the difference.
Maybe not. As I say it,
no.
As I say it, I'm like the mouse. I already forgot about. Really.
Let me say this. I agree with you. I think it would be easier to kill the human, but not really. But like, yes. Let me explain.
Yeah.
If there was a person in your apartment that was just like, oh man, I'm pretty hungry. I'm gonna go see what these guys got. And they were just like eating a granola bar on your couch, and you came out and like murdered them. That would be really hard. But like when somebody breaks into your apartment in reality,
it's a B&E.
Yeah. Somebody breaks into your apartment in reality, they're trying to harm you.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
That's easy. It's it's like reaction.
Right.
Like your adrenaline.
I'm saying in this scenario too, like I 100% killed that mouse. You 100% get the kill. There's no risk of you dying. So it's like kill a mouse or kill a human intruder. I'm probably taking the mouse, honestly, now that I say it.
I'm taking the human because the mouse is just like chilling. The mouse is just being a mouse. The human's being a bad human.
Right.
Normal mouse, bad human. I killed a bad human over the cute little normal mouse just trying to get a snack.
Well, this is what everyone else... The cute little mouse, this was the second part of this. I think that people who like have you have sticky traps, that's inhumane. I just want to be like, hey, how about you shut your fucking mouth? Because like I'm ready to... Because now that little radiator in the back, there's more coming up. Right. There's more.
Oh, dude, you're in New York City. There's way more.
I'm ready to drop. The exterminator came over. I was like, they're coming up from there. He's like, all right, I'm going to stuff it up. I was like, can you drop a fucking grenade down there? I was like, hey, do you have any little... I'm like, take them out.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't care if they are snapped, stuck. I don't care if they suffer. Get them the fuck out of my apartment. I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's the thing. It's like,
because you don't understand. It's like, oh, they're cute. It's like, they're not cute. They're disgusting.
Mice are cute.
And they're eating my food. They're not cute.
No. Mice are cute. Rats
what
are
color
gross.
Do you think they are?
Gray.
They're brown. Isn't that gross? Why are they brown?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, they're brown mice.
Dude.
Yeah.
Chill.
You chill. You
Chill.
You chill.
No, you fucking
You
chill.
chill.
I like the mice.
I
You're
don't-
being the one. You're being hateful.
It had nothing. I am being hateful. It has nothing to do with the color of
It
them.
sounds like it has to do exactly with the color of them. You were like, oh, you think they're cute gray mice? No, they're brown mice.
I just think
Oh,
like brown
ew.
is like a cute mouse you think of. It's like, oh, like a little fucking gray little mouse running around. It's like, no, it's like a like brown, like the
darker.
dirt. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're dirty
I'm not.
mice.
Yeah, like dirt.
I mean, you're
I'm
still
saying
really
brown like dirt,
skating right
not
now.
like brown like skin. You piece of shit. You said it first. I was saying the dirt for the
You
record.
said it. I just was picking up what you were putting down. You
No,
were putting
it's
down hate.
because it's dirt. Like brown, gray is
Whatever,
like,
dude.
oh look at that. Oh, it's salt and pepper. Look, the old lady has cute gray hair. It's like no, it's like a disgusting fucking from the ground, brown, dirty because it's dirty mouse, and I'm ready to kill it, dude. Murder, straight up. Take it out.
Listen, I still think it would be easier to kill the human than the mouse. Because the mouse, again, you squeeze the life out of the mouse.
Yeah.
And it was like,
It
why
was-
am I getting murdered?
Squeeze
It's just
the life out of the mouse is very strong. I
Is it?
lightly pushed with 2 fingers and took its life.
So you squeeze the life out of the mouse.
I
you,
squeezed the
you
life.
lightly press
I
the
lightly
life out.
pressed the life. I with 2 fingers lightly pressed the life out of the mouse.
All right, that sounds better, I
The
guess.
scream was so
I
tough.
could hear it.
Yeah, it was so tough. And then
Is that your
it
first-
died. That was its last noise. Like I took its life. Like it was dead.
Dude,
and then I checked. I was like, murder. You
Dude,
know?
I've never killed a mouse. I've had a few run-ins with my... Is that your first mouse
Yes.
experience, period?
First mouse experience pyramid. This apartment, I got to tell you, my New York City apartment's like, well, you live in a walk-up. It's very basic, but it checks all the boxes. It's a beautiful spot. We've had no issues so far, and it's really fucking me up. Like I come home and it's like my house is supposed to be my sanctuary, and there's invaders, dude.
Yeah.
There's fucking invaders.
It's because it's probably cold and they're like scurrying to get inside.
I
And
know,
shit.
and they opened up my street, and
Dude, I have a couple like weird run-ins with mice. When I was in my freshman dorm, we had mice, but I didn't have them in my dorm. Like we were good, but one died in our radiator. So like one day I remember we were sleeping and we were like, what is that? Like it smelled so bad, and we were pretty clean as far as like freshman dudes go, and we're like, what the fuck? And then like eventually we just like weeks later we're like, I can't take the smell anymore. We like ripped the radiator open and there's like a fried, like squished, like 3 mice just like dead, squished in like the grate. And we're like, oh, so we cleaned it out. It's fine. But dude, this one time I was in my Roslyn apartment and I was so baked, like on like a Friday night, like just decided to stay in, like smoke. I got like some taquitos from 7-Eleven. I was just having like a disgusting night. And I'm sitting there and I'm falling asleep, like stoned as hell. And I'm like sitting on the couch like this. And I kept like kind of waking up and like going back to sleep. And this one, like I remember waking up and like looking at the closet door and I see a mouse come out of I think at least I like see this mouse come out of the closet door and like run behind the TV. Then like I see, and then I can't see it because it's behind the TV. And then it runs to the corner, and then it runs back. It slides on the wood floor, trying to like change direction, and then goes into the closet. And I was like, I'm like, holy shit! So I wake up in the morning, I get fucking like traps everywhere. And I told Matt, my roommate, I'm like, dude, like we got mice, dude. We got mice. And he's like, when did you see these mice? I was like, last night. And he had come home in the middle of my like, I'm super high. And he was like, you were fucked up last night. And I was like, no, but I saw the mouse. I'm telling
Matt's
you, I saw
also
the
the type of guy that's like, you were hallucinating.
Yeah, that's what he told
Like
me.
he
He's like,
smokes no weed, so he's just like, you were high. You must have imagined that.
that's exactly what he told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, dude, I saw this mouse. But like now I'm second guessing myself because like I put out traps. I put peanut butter. Everybody's like, you gotta put peanut butter, not cheese. So I'm like, peanut butter on traps. I got like 15 traps, violent ones, like the ones with like the claw on it,
Yeah.
where it's like,
Bring it on.
Yeah, I got all them traps. Weeks, no mice. I put them in the claw. Never caught a mouse for like the 4 years we were there. And now I'm like, maybe I was like, I'm like, maybe I was tripping.
It's good you don't smoke weed anymore, man.
Dude.
It's good you don't smoke weed anymore.
I know.
I'm sorry, I have to take a piss. We drank too much coffee.
Oh, classic.
It's classic.
It's all right. I'll be here chilling. Wow, dude, we're 2 for 2 on the collabs.
Yeah. So, in other news, dude, I started watching this. Have you seen all The Sopranos?
No, dude, me and Jack got to season 3 and just life happened.
Yeah,
It's a long show, but it's good.
There's a lot going on, but I just recently watched. I watched like I think season 1, and I watched like the first episode of season 2 like this week. And dude, whenever I'm watching The Sopranos, like I get into this like ghetto gangsta mood where like I just start being like a little fucking ghetto in my life.
Yeah, you say like the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like I just am like, let's taxes are fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I just become like a little bit of like a fucking gangster for some reason. So in the spirit of that, bro, I won't name the name of the grocery store, but like for Friendsgiving or in early November, me and Emily went to this like random local grocery, like New York City grocery store, like one location only, like one of those like really tiny supermarkets in New York.
Yeah.
And we bought $100 worth of shit for Friendsgiving just because we were passing by. It's in the neighborhood. It's on the Upper West Side. And like we go home, whatever. So then I'm paying the credit card bill, and I'm like going through it, and I was like, did you go back to that grocery store, Emily? Like we have 3 more charges from them. And she was like, no. I was like, are you sure? Like, there's one on Thanksgiving Day. Like, well, I figured it out after, but it was like November 24th, December 5th, and December 13th. I was like, a $50 charge, a $40 charge, and a $30 charge. Like, did you? And she's like, no, like, I definitely didn't go back there. So I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's fucking weird. And then I was like, one of them's Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, and
we definitely weren't there.
And I was laughing because me and Emily were kind of like tiffing. We were doing like a finance Sunday thing. And whenever we're doing finances, like it just gets a little heated. So we were like fighting a little bit. So then I was like going through the credit card bill. And then like this changed our mood because I said we went from fighting to fighting crime.
Yeah, you have a common enemy now?
Yeah, we have a common enemy. So like I called the credit card company. And I'm like, yeah, these 3 charges are bullshit. Like we didn't fucking do these charges. And they're like, all right, no problem. Like, well, we're going to report it as fraud. But then they had to send a whole new credit card. They were like, all right, you got to get rid of your credit cards. And like this person clearly like has your credit card information. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? This grocery store like imprinted our credit card and just because it was also like 6 days apart, 5 days apart, $30 for it. Like it was the perfect amount of like charges.
Right.
That I was like, this is fucking sketchy. So I reported or whatever, and I was telling them, I was like, I'm gonna fucking go in there. I'm gonna go in there like and fucking say some shit. I forget about it. I got too much shit going on. I watch an episode of The Sopranos. The next day, I'm scrolling on my phone, and the day after The Sopranos, I'm scrolling on my phone. This is probably like 2 weeks after the fact. This was this week, so it was like, yeah. And I get a notification of like there's this local Upper West Side newspaper called I Love the Upper West Side, and they like have an Instagram that they like post local stories, and it was like blank grocery store. They like got charged. They're like charged with fraud, and also not charged with fraud, but like people are reporting fraudulent charges, up charges, and they were like selling expired food. So I was like reading the article, and they were like slapping different expiration dates on like food that was like if you pulled the expiration date off, there was like the real one underneath. And then it was like people were all in the comments, people were all talking about like the food. And I was like, yo, I got fucking fraud charged, bro. These people fucking fraud charged me. So I watched an episode of The Sopranos, and I was like, yo, I'm fucking going in there. Like, I'm going the fuck in there. So I'm walking there before work this was on Friday, like 2 days ago. So my grandmaster plan was to go in there, ask for the manager, and I was like, yo, I'm going to get this guy to give me $10 because that was my big grandmaster plan. Because I already got the money back from the credit card. Like the credit card company reported as fraud. So my big grandmaster plan was like, I'm gonna fucking like smoke this guy out. I want to like understand what's going on. Like why the fuck did he imprint my card? And I'm gonna be like, yo, we got the money back already, but like you're paying for my credit card. The thing, it was free, but I was like, I'm gonna say it was $10 just to like fucking get the upper hand, right? So I get in there and I ask for the manager, and this fucking Goomba fucking guy comes out and he's like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, yo, you fucking, I was like, yo, look at these charges, 3 charges right here, $50, $30, $35. Like you ran my card. One of them's on Thanksgiving. Like what the fuck, bro? And he was like, oh, like, like our machine is being weird and running. I was like, you're telling me your machine is just randomly running charges, bro? I was like, that's bullshit. He goes, dude, I'll refund you. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want any trouble. Like, I'll refund you right now. Give me your credit card. I was like, bro, I ain't giving you my fucking credit card, bro. And now I'm just getting louder and louder because Tony Soprano is coming out, bro. How you doing? I'm not giving you my fucking credit card, guy. I ain't fucking doing it. He's like, well, what do you want me to do? I was like, I want cash, bro. I want fucking cash. Because at this point, I was like, something's happening inside of me where I was like doing just like gangster shit. On the inside, I was like freaking out. I was like freaking
gonna
out.
Leave the gun, take
I was
the
like,
cannolis.
I was like, yo, this is crazy, but I'm like, I feel like I can get more. He's like, I'm not giving you cash. I was like, bro, I want cash. I was like, he's like, you already did it with the credit card company. I was like, I don't know if they're gonna give it back to me. They already gave it back to me. Yeah. But I was like, I don't know if they gave it back to me. And he's like, I can't give you cash. I was like, bro, I saw you in the paper this morning. I came back today because people are writing about this store. You're selling old food. I'm like popping off on this guy. He's like, all right, man, like I don't want any trouble. Like, he's like, listen, like if you write down the charges here. And like no charge. I'll give you cash. Like I'll give you cash. No problem. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, what the hell? So
Dylan, I gotta say, I'm a little bit attracted to
dude,
it.
wait for it. So it was $124 total. This guy whips out a wad of cash and starts counting out cash. So I'm like I'm writing the charges on the thing, and he's like, so like don't report it to the credit card company. I was like, yeah, well, I already did it, but I just don't know if they're gonna do it. He's like, well, we're even. I was like, okay. So then the guy was like, can you write your name down? I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll write my name down. I don't give a fuck. And I was like, I'm gonna give him a fake. I was like, I don't want to give him I don't want to give him any info.
What fucking name did you give him?
So in my head, bro, I was like, all right, Dill, this is it. Like, write the fake name down. So I was like, in my head, I went Joe Garino, which is your name, and our other friend's name is John Garino. And I was like, dude, be cooler than writing your two best friends' first name and last name. Be cooler than that. But I had already started.
But it's like a Goomba name.
It is. I know. But I was like, and he was like, what? I was like, I told him, I was like, my name is Joe Garino. I wrote that. I think I said it to him. But when he wasn't English. He was like kind of foreign. He was like, and he was also flustered.
This guy Italian?
No. But he was just like New York City. He was wearing he was wearing a Yankee flap rim, bro. Yeah. I was like, yeah,
he's about to get smacked up.
Yeah. No, dude, he was guilty as fuck. Like he caved quick, and I was getting loud. And he's like, all right, no trouble. Like, because I was like, oh, like if I was being a Karen, bro.
Oh
sick.
wow, I love it.
What Karens do it now.
Kevin,
wait for it. So I wrote Joe G, and I'm about to write Garino, but then I was like, don't write Garino. That's so uncool. I wrote grocery. And underlined it. I wrote Joe fucking Grocery.
You're like,
took the cash and walked out. And he's like, can you write your number on it? I said, you're good. And I walked out.
Why did he want all the information from you?
Because then, like...
Why do you want my name and phone number? What do you need? You robbed me.
I know.
You're paying me back. Also, sick move by you.
I got double paid,
also,
bro.
fuck you for almost just writing Joe Corbio. I know it crossed your mind.
I think, yeah, I know.
I know my name.
I was like,
crossed
Joe
your mind.
Corbio, Joe Garino, Joe Garino.
Like, Joe Corbio. Like, I know you thought of writing my whole first, middle, and last name. I know it crossed your mind.
I was giving a fake name the whole time, but I was like, dude, don't be cooler than
What's
writing.
the most Italian thing I can write? Joe fucking Corbio. I know.
120. So I got it back from the credit card.
You
I doubled my money.
No, that is gangster.
That is fucking gangster.
Dude, Sopranos does do that to you. Like
Sopranos, and it's only because it was the perfect stream of events. Like I watched an episode of fucking The Sopranos, which just gets me like hyped to do fucking gangster shit.
Yeah, dude.
And then I got the ad, and I was like, I never went to that store, and I was like, I'm going to that store.
Dude, it's funny. Like when you watch Garinos, when you watch Sopranos. That's like you were like ready to go get your fucking money.
Yeah.
When I watch Sopranos, it brings out the like defend my woman in me, where I'm like Tony, where I'm like, you're good. Hey, don't you fucking talk to her like that. Like be respectful. I'm like holding doors for people, but I'm also saying like fuck you though.
Yeah,
like it's like totally a different.
Brings it out.
It brings that shit out. It brings your
testosterone.
Yeah, it brings your alpha Goomba out.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome of you.
I took my wife out to a nice fish dinner. She's an uvu pescatarian. We don't eat steak.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
That's nice, dude.
Yeah,
What's I blanked up what I was about to say.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's the cool. It's got to be the coolest thing you've ever done.
I know. Joe Grocery, I wrote.
Joe
I'll
Grocery.
never be, and I underlined it. I wrote, he goes, can you write your name down? I go, no problem. And like in my head, I was like, Joe Garino, no, don't do that grocery. Okay. And then I was like, was that cool? But in his mind, but like from the outside looking in, it was like the inside out, I was freaking out. Outside in, it was like, I don't want to fuck with Joe Grocery.
Yeah, Joe Grocery.
Joe Grocery don't fuck around.
He's going to clean me the fuck up.
Yeah. I underlined it. I wrote Joe Grocery and
Not just Joe Grocery. Joe Grocery.
Joe Grocery, bitch.
Oh, dude, that's your street name now.
I know.
I'm calling you Joey Groceries.
Joey Grocery over here.
Oh my
Joey
God.
fucking Grocery over here. Don't steal from the groceries. They're fucking crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Fuck, now I
was-
gotta do some cool shit.
I
I'm
know,
gonna be
dude.
waiting to
It was.
even this
Should
up.
I go again?
What?
You got one?
No, I got no shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't got shit.
So I have a friend. I made a new friend that is trans,
Ooh.
and
What kind of trans?
she transitions. This is. This is the issue. This is the issue.
She.
This is the issue. She transitioned from a man.
That was perfect.
She transitioned from a man, and it's new. She newly transitioned from male to female.
From male to female.
From male to female. She newly transitioned. So when you look at her, she's not giving full
chick.
yet. Yeah. She's like
Yeah.
she's on hormones, and it's like the process is happening right now.
Any scruff?
She's growing out her hair, so it's like,
Yeah.
and it's hard for, like, when I first met her, I didn't actually realize that she was trans. I just
Right.
thought it was a guy. And I am like the pronouns, it's like, it kind of fucks me up because I just met this person. So,
You're like, what's up, dude?
yeah, and it's like, you don't even realize, it's not like I'm using, that's what it is. It's like, it's never the actual pronouns. Like, I never refer to her as like he, him, but it's like, yo, my guy, what's going on? Yo, dude, how you doing?
Right.
See you later, guys. And it's like, so much jargon is just, and then I'm just like, oh, fuck, like, this person's my dog. Like, I'm
Right.
not trying to be disrespectful. And they probably don't even take it as disrespect, but I'm just trying to be like supportive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I thought of this strategy that if you're in this situation like this, I just have started like peppering her with like aggressive, like kind of just hitting on her to like to just like switch it in my brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, because it's like comedy friends, so everyone's like always talking shit. I'm like, yo, what's up, you hot piece of ass? And it's like, first of all, she's transitioning, so it's like you peppering her up a little bit. You know what I mean? And
You're gonna get me too because you're trying to be nice to a trans woman. She's gonna be like, Dylan squeezed my tits. Like, what the
I
fuck?
feel like I wouldn't do that. But she
Dylan
would be into
grabbed
it.
me by the pussy. Like, what is going on? I can go get him, lock him up. Like, what?
But it's like a good, it's a good switch in my brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm raising awareness, honestly.
Well, yeah.
And it's it's just, it works. You know,
Dude, that's a good strategy.
It's a good
That's kind
strategy.
of what
And
I
it's
do.
not like I'm being like a fucking, it's all like in good fun. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm being like aggressive, like I'm trying to fuck.
Well, dude,
you know
like
what I
that's kind of what I do to the gay dudes. Like, anytime I'm with a gay, like, I love hanging out with gay dudes.
Right.
And anytime I'm with a gay dude, I feel like I'm not like flirting with them, but I'm kind of flirting. Like, that's what, like, good conversation is, sort of flirting.
Right.
Like, it's just like me. I'm trying to make you feel good about talking to me.
Right,
But when
right.
it's a guy who might think you're attractive or a girl who might, it's just like comes out. It's with flirt. That's where it becomes
Right.
flirting.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of love flirting with a gay dude to make them, like, really like me. Like, I just
yeah.
want you to like me.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want everybody to like me.
Right.
So I
That's
get
I'm
it.
all in. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it kind of works out.
Yeah, just I think though, like with a gay dude, I couldn't. It'd take a lot for me to for it to come off
Suck
as
that
sexual
dick.
harassment. It'd come a lot. It'd take a lot of
Hey.
cum. No, it would take a lot for it to come off as like sexual harassment. If I'm flirting with a gay dude, you're flirting with a trans woman. The line might be finer on where you're going to run into a sexual harassment wall.
I'm with that. So I do tread lightly, but then also if I don't go, I could just, then I'll just start saying dude and stuff,
That's tough. I feel like I say dude with like girls sometimes. I'm like,
I
dude.
know, but with a girl,
I'll be hanging
I
out
don't
with my
give a
girlfriend.
shit.
I'll be like, dude, I got to tell you
I
this.
know, I do that
because
with
I'm a
Emily all
fucking
the
idiot.
time.
Yeah.
I say dude to like, I'll say, there's one, I have a patient who's a lesbian, and I always say, like when I'm saying goodbye to them, I'm like, all right, guys, see you later. And I'm just like, they're lesbians.
That's guys is that's just like a figure of speech.
I know, but
That's
it
not
should
the same
be,
thing.
Like what are those words that you're not supposed to say anymore?
I know. Well, I have that over here too.
I think one of them is guys, and you're supposed to be
Guys.
like, all right, people,
You
see
guys, it's like all of you. It's what you're supposed to say, like you all. But that's the thing. It's like, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you
Of
guys.
course.
Like if you learn Spanish,
But so
if you're learning or Italian, and you're saying, and it's a group of mixed gender people, you're saying like plural, like ragazzi is men plural, ragazze is girls plural.
You talking Italian?
Yeah.
You said Spanish.
I switched it to Italian because I don't know Spanish. So I gotta give examples. So if I'm saying
Joey fucking call me up.
hey, ciao, like I'm saying goodbye, guys, like all these people, and there's men and women, you say the guy one because that's just what language
because
leans
men
towards.
rule.
Men wrote the book. So like, but that's probably not it though. That's probably not it though. That's not why. I think it's just
dude, down with the patriarchy, man.
Yeah, but that's like, are we really like?
But that's what it is. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If I'm talking to girls and I'm like, yo, dudes, how we doing? Like, guys, all right, guys, see you later. Like, a bunch of chicks I'm friends with, I don't give a shit.
Right.
But like, I'm more sensitive to it because I'm talking to a trans person who just transitioned. Well,
because they're sensitive to it now.
They're sensitive to it, and they're going through something, and I'm not trying to. Because then it's like, dude, if you say to a like, all right, yo, what's up, my guy? It's like
that's different. That's individual.
That's what I'm saying.
That's different. Like girls, you ever hang out with a bunch of girls?
But you just said
virgin.
To Jack.
No,
you just said to Jack. You just said like, oh,
dude.
Yo, dude, yeah.
But exactly. But okay. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like Jack's not
So
going to get
instead of
offended
yo, dude,
by.
I'm like, yo, you hot piece of ass.
Yeah, but like,
what time is the show start
If a girl
tonight?
is leaving a group of girls, I would say most of the time she's going to say bye, girls, but sometimes she might just say bye, guys. Because that's just what people say. People just say bye,
that's
guys.
Interesting. Ladies,
or,
write
hey,
us in.
guys.
Do you guys say guys?
Because guys is general. Girls is specific. If I say bye, girls, and there's like half dudes, half chicks, that's everybody's
also,
like, what do you
dude,
mean?
If I was leaving the lesbian household and said later, ladies, that would be weird.
That'd be weird too.
Yeah.
That'd be weird too. They'd be like,
weird.
I'm not a fucking lady.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
They'd
they
be like,
would.
say guys, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're fucking virgin.
Language is weird, you know?
Language is weird. But that's what I think it's how you take it. It's like if you're gonna split hairs on me saying later, guys, because you're not a guy, it's like, well, I wasn't talking to you.
Right.
Like, don't do that. Like, I'm just trying to.
I'm with that.
Just trying to leave the room.
The moral of the story was that
Yeah.
in the individual situation.
Individual, if you're like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
That's not nice.
But you might.
Because she's not based on how they look.
Right.
But then, again, that's the learning process where it's like, okay, now I know not to call you that. I'm going to fuck it up 4 to 6 more times, but I'm working on it.
Right.
Definitely going to fuck it up 4 to 6 more times.
That's what I'm saying.
But, like, you're working on it. It's the intention.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, it's like, not to be that guy, but I'm like, once you look like a woman, I will call you she. Like, I'm like, it's kind of hard when you have a mustache for me to be like, later, chick. Like, I can't, it's hard. Like, I mean,
tough.
reflexes.
Right.
I've learned my whole 29 years of life to just be like,
It
you're
is a
one thing,
reflex.
so I'm working on
So
it.
I'm playing with my reflexes.
You're playing with your reflexes.
I'm getting flexible with it.
What do you think, of all those words, what do you think is the worst one that got fucking
You got to remind me. I don't recall.
I don't know if I even saw all of them, but the one I saw that I don't understand. I was going to use the word when I was just describing it, was insane. The weird thing about all
What do
this
they want you to use?
So it was
Oh, you don't have the post?
no, I had it, but like it's hard. I didn't realize there was multiple lists.
I can pull it up.
You can't use
To fill the void, Joe's basically talking about this list of words that came out from like Columbia
Yeah, I'm trying to find
University.
No, Stanford.
Stanford.
Let's see.
And
Indian Times? Oh, India Times. I was like, Indian Times.
I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
You got the full list?
I got the full list. So
Okay.
you guys, this list of it's Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford. That's what I'm saying.
It's words that you shouldn't say. So the first one is instead of using stand-up meeting, you should use a quick meeting because stand-up meeting is ableist language that trivializes the experience of people living with disabilities.
Yeah, every description was like, oh, it's ableist language. So like, I can't say like for a doctor, for example, you can't say, oh, like you can walk-ins only. That you can't say walk-in because like someone who can't walk will be offended. I'm like, but will they? Because everybody always says that's just the terminology.
Right.
Like, I got to say you rolled in, or this is a roll. Like, this is a, what do you want me to say? Like, just tell me. It's too much.
Roll through appointments only.
Why does everything have to be specific? That's why I'm saying it's general. It's general language. Like, don't get offended by general language.
So insane, instead of insane, use surprising/wild because insane is ableist language that trivializes the experience of people living with mental health conditions. First of all,
but no,
if someone's
it's not.
acting insane, they're like, yo, that person's fucking insane. If I was like, yo, they're acting surprising. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're being insane. Also, like, me saying insane isn't gonna offend somebody who's like going through depression. It's not like mental health. It's no, you're insane. Like maybe it'll offend a crazy person, but they're crazy. Like I'm not talking to you. You know what I mean?
My mom actually, I would just be like, oh yeah, that's crazy, and she would always be like, don't say crazy. I'm
really
not crazy.
Oh my god!
And it's like the first sign is acceptance. What's that? You know what I mean?
Right? Your
It's
mom's
like if
offended
you're-
because she's crazy.
Yeah, it's like if you're getting upset that I'm saying like something's crazy, and you're like, don't say that word. That's like, and I'm just like, oh. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because you're crazy.
You're crazy, man.
My favorite one on the list is don't say beat a dead horse. It's like because it refers to obviously like hurting animals, and it says instead say refusing to let something go. No, beat a dead horse. That's way better.
This expression normalizes violence against animals.
It's like, no, it doesn't. It definitely does not normal. I've never heard somebody say, wow, you're really beating a dead horse, and thought like,
let's go.
That's okay to do.
Also, it's like, yeah, man, you're really beating a dead horse. What are you doing this afternoon? You want to go fuck up some horses?
Let's go cow tipping.
Yeah,
fucking no. Like that's not.
I don't think I've ever caused, Yeah.
You were gonna say you never hurt an animal, but you killed a mouse yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm becoming. That's
becoming a cool guy. I gotta say, you're pretty interesting.
This is what I was gonna say too, dude. Like I'm turning 30, and I was gonna do a mental health check with you, my boy, my best friend from a long time, and I'm about to turn 30 in like 2 weeks, and I feel like when I was growing up, like so much of my life, like my parents really stressed being a student and like a good student, that like I really identified with it. And then like post-student world, I was like, whoa, like the work world is like so crazy, right? And now it's like I was always kind of had the plan of like, all right, I'm going to go to physical therapy school. Like that was set in stone when I was like 15. It's just like execute on that plan. Now I keep having this expression in my head that is just like when I just have like an insane day, fuck you, Stanford. And like when I just have a fucking, a surprising day.
A wild day.
And we're just like a lot of things. I just took on a lot of stuff. The expression that I have in my head is that I'm just like, yo, I am just rip roaring around this rock. I keep like rip roaring around this rock. I keep saying that to myself that I just feel like the days go by and I'm flying around the world like so fast and just like fucking shaking up people in the grocery store and murdering mice by nighttime. And I'm like, what am I becoming, dude? But it's like, I think this is becoming an adult. Like when you're a kid and like if someone talks shit to your kid, you have to kill them. That's how it works. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like you have to go to the PTA meeting and like stand up to like the whole town because like, they're separating everybody because of peanut butter allergies. You know what I mean? It's like shit's going to get crazy and I'm like really feeling that. So my mental health is, I'm fine. I am fine.
Say it one more time, I'll believe you.
But I'm really not trying to like become a sane person anymore. I'm just leaning into the fact that like this world is fucking crazy and like I'm just gonna have to like live a crazy life and that it is what it is.
Yeah, you're becoming like a red-blooded American, bro. Like you're killing mice,
running business and like fucking like selling shit and like calling people.
You're taking what's yours, my man. This is my fucking apartment. This mouse is getting the fuck out of here.
Dude, yeah.
This is my money. I'm getting it back. You're taking what's yours. And that's a man. That's an American man. That's who you are.
It's like I said, like I am doing fine, but it's just like, and it's, I know like there's just so much more to go. You know what I mean? Like that child innocence is inside of me is just like so dead and gone.
Yeah.
That I took my Christmas tree out of my house December 23rd like a sociopath.
Yeah, you're like, see, that's where
I
get
was like, you want to take this Christmas tree out of the house? And I was like, yup. And we literally like that moment just started stripping the tree and I walked it outside.
That's where I question your mental health status.
Okay, that's a
the
fair
one
check.
spot. That's the one spot where I'm like, I think you were spiraling for a second. You needed to refresh to not spiral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like the thing with you is you're married now. You're like, your path is like, you see exactly where.
I feel like I'm on the chick part of the roller coaster.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Me, I feel like I'm like getting online to which roller coaster I want to get onto. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm in a relationship. I'm not like a single guy, but I'm not married. So I'm like every step I'm like, I could push this whole kids thing off probably 20 years if I really wanted to. Oh, I could I keep seeing like the split in the road where I'm like, I could go this way or I can go this way. I never know where to go.
Getting off,
yeah,
dude.
you're like hands and feet
And
inside the vehicle at all times or you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's my mental health check, though.
Yeah, I would say I feel. What about that was a mental health check? It sounds to me like you just vented a little bit about your emotions.
This is also my thing about mental health these days. I think we need to redefine what we think is healthy. You know what I mean?
Completely agree with you.
Like mental health, people are just like, I want no anxiety, I want no depression, I want no problems. It's like, that's not gonna ever happen. It's like every Tuesday, Monday, I'm fine. Monday is I'm fine. Like I think I'm riding the high on the weekend. Every Tuesday, I'm depressed to the pits, and I know it. It's like the anti-seasonal depression movement. I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna fucking take today as an L. I did as much as I could. I feel like dog shit. I feel every pressure of life. But tomorrow's a new day. It's hump day. I'm almost to the weekend. Everything's gonna get easier from here. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, my mental health check is my phrase nowadays. Is just it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is,
dude,
man.
I agree. Like it's not.
I'm not gonna fix it.
You can't ever not have, like, you're not gonna never be anxious. You're not gonna never be depressed or down or whatever. I think exactly the mental health check is like whether I'm feeling like shit or feeling awesome. Like whatever I gotta do, just do it anyway. Like I'm like, okay, I feel like shit this morning. All right, just go to the gym anyway.
Right.
Just go to work and get what you gotta get done anyway, and then tomorrow, I'll feel better that I wasn't being like a little coddled little bitch the day before because I was feeling a little cranky. I'm like, the thing I don't love about I love the mental health awareness aspect of it, where it's like, pay attention how you're feeling.
Right.
But I hate let's cater to every negative emotion I have and like take a bubble bath instead of dealing with my problems. I'm like, yo, take a bubble bath to make yourself feel better, but like, don't like just mail in the day because you're feeling like kind of shitty or it's snowing or something.
Take it on the shoulder and plow forward a little bit
plow
more.
forward. Like I know we're like, I mean, as far as like dudes go, like we're kind of soft, but like I feel like that's pretty strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like I'm like
my body's
push
soft,
on.
but
yeah,
definitely.
I was trying. I was gonna pump you up, but you are what you are.
But yeah, like I used to be so like, oh yeah, it's like talk about it, but also like shut up too.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it just shut the fuck up.
Because
you know what I mean?
Dude, this is what it is. And the whole thing with what was his name? Ellen's DJ.
Oh, Twitch.
Twitch, horrible.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like when you let one bad day get the better of you and you just like refuse, like you let that day just own you and like you just like coddle up, and then that snowball, because then the next time you have a really bad day and you want to just take it, you're feeding off of the last bad day, and that last bad day is adding on to this, but now it's like a string of bad days because like you're just letting yourself feel bad and like just like like you kind of like curl up instead of just like pushing forward. So that's how I feel like you get into, like, I feel like when I was like younger, in my earlier 20s, I would let those like little
big
lulls.
Time.
That's when the seasonal depression, it was like I'd be depressed for like a month.
I would be in like Staten Island, just like laying, like couldn't get, like spend a whole weekend in bed.
You're like wallowing in your own self-pity.
Like a full Saturday and Sunday, just like not leaving my bed, just like sitting in my bed, just like watching Netflix on my TV.
Yeah,
just
like smoking, order Chinese food, not leave, in a blanket all day. And I'm like, that's not
I just
good.
I don't even know. I can't do that.
No, I can't do that either.
I literally, like, I'll do that for like 2 hours and just be like, ew, bro. And I'll just be like, all right, like, go take a fucking walk and walk it off, you pussy.
Walk it off. That's been my biggest mental health thing.
That's negative self-talk. It's like, it's not.
No, it's not. No. You're being negative.
I'm getting that's my thing too, is like, I'm pretty mean to myself.
Yeah.
But it kind of drives me.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's a fine line between like being like, no, you're a worthless piece of shit, and being like, no, you're being a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah,
that's different. You're not worthless. You're just being worthless.
Right.
Go do something.
Right.
Dude, I think going for walks.
Twitch though, by the way. What'd that have to do with Twitch?
He was depressed and he killed himself.
I know.
I feel like that's how eventually it snowballs into full blown depression if you just keep.
That's a tough one though, because like that guy was probably working so much.
Well, the thing with Twitch, it's so sad. Like he had a wife and kids and shit. It's like, I feel like. And now I hope this doesn't come off like ignorant at all, because like I get depression. Like I've been depressed. I understand it, but I'm like, to actually to make the decision to do that, you gotta be like really down bad. But like, how down bad is down bad? Like at any point you could just go to sleep, wake up the next day and like feel a little better and like not kill yourself. I feel like that's where I'm like, oh, it's so sad that like that day he just couldn't do it. Like maybe something else happened. Like he like just Maybe it was
Right.
horrible, but I'm like, damn, just like sleep
That
it off.
that one's like really surprising because it's like it's coming out of like the Ellen DeGeneres world, and while she's had her downfalls, like
Yeah, dude. The worst part about the whole thing, not the worst part, idiot.
Whatever,
Obviously, yeah. But like one of the terrible things about it is like the conspiratorial world is like, I think it's because like a lot of crazy shit's about to come out about Ellen, and I'm like, I don't think that's what it is. I
would
think
have
the guy
that
was
information.
struggling.
You would-
Of course, I got my ears to the ground, bro. But like, that's not what it is. Like the man was dealing with demons, clearly.
right.
But it's always the happiest people, dude. That's the thing that's wild. Like that guy, you would never have thought it.
No, it's crazy.
Sad, dude. Very sad.
I will have to end here because I got to take a train. But so Brittany Griner got released
Oh, yeah, I wanted to
from
bring this
jail, and we got like 4 minutes, by the way.
Okay.
And I've done this joke before, and I did it on stage, and it got laughs, and then I did it again before she got released. And people, like stand-up comics, were like, ooh, like in the crowd, which is like a surprising. And I'm just going to, there's more to the joke that I haven't had the balls to stay on stage. And I just want to do it. And if it's like terrible, just like smack me in the face. Don't actually, but.
Okay.
The premise of is basically like, it's good that, I'll make it to the present day, right? So Brittany Griner is out of jail, right? And that's like a happy thing. You know what I mean? It's like sad that she had to spend 8 months in Russian jail. But like, let's turn a negative into a positive. You know what I mean? Like, if Russian jail is anything like Stranger Things, Brittany Griner is going to be ready for the fucking NBA when she comes out of that shit.
Great joke.
Right. Imagine her introduction. You know what I mean? Because like, dude, she's probably
When she comes back?
When she comes back and she's in the NBA. Introducing the first ever half female, half Demogorgon, all the way from Krato, Russia, Brittany Griner.
Why is that bad?
I don't know. I haven't had the balls to
Half
say that
female,
on
half
stage.
Demogorgon.
Tough.
She looks half Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the picture of
She
her
looks like-
shirtless?
Oh, also, just for the record, too, everyone gets really upset about Brittany Griner jokes. 2015,
Why?
she got arrested for beating her wife.
Real? I believe that.
Yeah.
She's scary.
Yeah, beat her wife.
She's what, 6'8"?
She's a woman beater. So, you
What?
know, if she's punching down because she's tall, why can't I punch down?
Dude, people are weird with. I don't get the whole. People get so offended about her. Why?
It's because she's kind of like an icon. You know what I mean?
yeah, I would agree.
She's
I don't
like
think.
one of the top WNBA players. I think she's
I know.
the
I've
only
seen
one
those
to ever
videos of her
dunk.
like, yeah, she's slam dunking and
Yeah.
shit. Dude, I did see a picture. The
So
other
she is a
day.
bit of an icon. So it's
I
like,
agree with the icon. I think she is an icon, but I'm like, well, why do people get so why is it so offensive? If you're an icon, you're subject to a lot of scrutiny. Like Michael Jordan, people hated Michael Jordan when he was a player, but like he was also the GOAT and people loved him. You know what I mean? Like people talk shit. They think he killed his dad and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit that comes with being an icon. Like
Right.
fucking deal with it. Like what
Right.
are we bitching about?
And I just think like people get really upset about it, like for real when you say that shit on stage, like you could see people getting upset. And I don't know, like honestly, I think in my honest opinion, you flew to Russia in a wartime,
Yeah.
like when Putin's like bombing Ukraine with illegal drugs.
Yeah. What do you
It's like it's hard
expect
for
to
me
happen?
to get, you know what I mean? It's like go to Russia. Don't bring drugs, you know what I mean? And it's just fucking oil, but it's like maybe
What do
10
you mean it's
years
just
ago-
oil?
It was like a weed pen.
Yeah, but it's still illegal in that country. Like you got
But
to
it's
know.
also a wartime.
But also, you're playing a professional sport. I don't think they're allowed to smoke. I don't know about the WNBA, but like the regular NBA, I don't think you can smoke weed. Or can you now? I think now you can.
I think it's lax. It's
yeah,
definitely
you're
more
right.
lax. But that's my thing. It's just like that's a pretty dumb move. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a ton of sympathy for that. It's hard for me to like. People have so much sympathy because she's whatever reason. Like it's like almost like a political thing. Like the Biden is now, and it's like
Right.
they got, and it's like I saw a thing where it's like it's going to be good for numbers. It's going to be good for polls. It's like what are we doing?
It's like, it's a person, it's an
move.
American.
It's a chess move. You know what I mean?
It's a chess move, but like if any American
like she
gets
fucking-
arrested
it's
in
dumb
another
as shit.
country,
That's the timer.
okay, if any American gets arrested in another country for like dumb shit like that, like we should try to get them back. But yo, my brother sends me a picture the other day of like, and he was like, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like it's clearly like it's got to be some like rapper or something, some guy like whatever, somebody like playing basketball shirtless with like a chest tat." And I'm like, "Oh, it's some I don't know, so is it like a hip hop artist, or whoever?" He goes, "It's Brittany Griner." And I was like, "What?" I'm looking. You want to see the pic?
Sure.
I'm honestly still shocked when I look at it. Like, and I'm not trying to be mean, but like, you're not thinking that's a chick when you see that picture, I'm like, that dude was in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure this is post Russia. Look at that's Chris Brown. That's Chris Brown.
Did you see that there was a when she was on the plane, there was someone being like, tell me that's not Pete Davidson.
Oh no, that's horrible.
But it really looked like Pete Davidson.
It did look like Pete Davidson. Like that's a I guess we could end on the worst thing I've ever said on the
As it was coming to an end, I was like, the mental health check was like a wholesome. It was kind of fucked up, but at least a wholesome place. But it's like, let's end it with these really fucked up Brittany Griner jokes.
Let's end it with
If you made it this far, you know.
Yeah, we love you.
Till next week. Love
you
all.
Till next week.
Well,
Merry
not
Christmas.
Next week, probably next month. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Wait, next year. We'll see you next year.
Love you all.
Love
Till
y'all.
next time. Later.